What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Hopefully you like the intro. This is the very first time that I've actually done an intro for this channel, so we'll see how how everybody likes it. But this is Pokemon Worlds 2007. This is round 3. On round 1, we saw John on the right win with this Flygon deck, and then round 2 we saw Justin win with this Shuppet deck. And I'm actually just gonna see. We're just gonna try and go here. We're actually not gonna go look at the rules or Pokemon cards. We're just gonna see if I can remember them all after all this. But we see John start with the cast form. That's not usually what you wanted to start with, but he does have Delta Draw. But we see Justin start Shuppet, attach a Fighting Energy, Holo Transceiver, search his deck for a Holland Supporter, and then we see he get a Holland Mentor. He has to discard a card from his hand, which we see a Holland Venturer because of the Bennett, which is like 20 plus 10 for each supporter card in the discard pile, so it's pretty cool. You can feel it that way. So we see Justin get 2 Shuppets. Now Holland Mentor lets you search your deck for 3 basic Pokemon under 90 HP, or I think it's under 100 actually. So we see 2 Shuppets and a Soul Rock come down. And imagine here we see a Lunatone, and here we see an Ascension to get a Bayonet EX probably. That's what I would assume. Unless you prize them all. If you prized them all, that would not be good. Oh, there's one at the very bottom there. So. And then we see the Bayonet EX. Yeah, I think that's the 20 plus 10 one. I think it's 20 plus 10. We'll find out here later if it's not, or if it is or isn't. So let's see what John has. We saw John was going to play at a Holland Adventure, but I think you can't play Trainer Supporter Stadiums turn 1. Or no gray cards. So it's John's turn. He kind of forgot that he used his attack. Alright, so here we see a Holland Mentor from John. Wonder what card he's going to discard here. I imagine he's going to get 2 Trapinches and a Hero or Sparrow. There we see 2 Trapinches. And what will his third be? So we see 2 Trapinches. Okay, so he discards a Holland Mentor with a Holland Mentor. It's pretty funny. Let's see what his other card's going to be. He's still digging. Imagine. Okay, he's actually going to go for Eevee right now. That's interesting. I guess he wants to use Vaporeon's ability to shuffle Justin's hand into his deck and draw 4 cards. Or maybe he wants to get a Jolteon out to put 10 damage on. I think he puts 10 on all of Justin's Pokemon. But here we see 2 Trapinches of Eevee either way. Let's see what John does here. We just see a pass from John. So no energy from John again. We saw this in the last game. Here we see, I think it's a Castaway. Search your deck for a supporter. Or not supporter, 2 Tool, Energy, and a Stadium? I think that's what it is. Here we see the Energy. I'm right on the Energy part right now. We'll see what Justin gets here. So once again, we see the Energy. Come on, Justin. There we see a Tool and a Supporter. Okay. So there's a Tool and a Supporter. I thought it was a Stadium, but I guess it's a Supporter. So we see a Buffer Piece, I think that's what it was, and a TV Reporter, which TV Reporter lets you draw 3 cards and you have to discard a card from your hand. Here we see Psychic Energy going to the Bayonet. Now it has 2 supporters in the discard pile, so if it's 20 plus 10, it's going to do 40 here. And I don't know how much HP that cast form actually has. I think it's 50. Here we see a Red Kitty Flygon from John. Here we see a Jolteon come down, which, yeah, that Jolteon puts 10 on everybody on Justin's side like I thought it did. And here we see a Mary's Request. I think that's what it's called. Field Worker. Draw 3 cards, and your opponent may draw a card. And we just see a pass from John. Now that Flygon's ability, or Poke Power, puts 10 damage on all the bench basic Pokemon. That's why we see the Soul Rock and the Lunatone take it damage. Here we see a... What is that? A Warp Energy? Is that a Warp Energy? Or Cyclone. Here we see a TV Reporter. Draw 3 cards, and he has to discard a card. Here we see the other Beta come down. But yeah, he's going to discard another supporter with that. Here we see an Energy come down the Bayonet. So right now it's going to do extra 30. And here we see the damage. It just moves 1 damage from any of your Pokemon, or anywhere to any of the Pokemon. So that's why you see the Bayonet move a damage counter from it to Flygon. I can't remember what it's called. But it just makes it move 10 damage from one anywhere to another Pokemon. And you can do the multiple time too, so you can move into another Bayonet. Is that a Strength Charm? I think that's what that is. So we see 60. So yeah, it must be 30 plus 10 for each, and you can do up to 90. So there we see a 60 come down. Or is that a buffer piece? I'm not really sure which one that was. 20, 30, 40, 50. If it was a strength charm, maybe that makes it plus 20. Here we see in Holland Adventure. Alright, which lets you draw 3 cards unless you discard a Delta Pokemon. I think it's called Delta Pokemon. And draw 4. It's the Pokemon with the word symbol, but it has to be a Pokemon. Here we see a Power Tree or Power. Oh, I can't remember what that card's called right now. I feel so bad. Okay, so we see the Soul can lose there, take 10 damage because of the Flygon. And I think we just see a pass from John. No energy. We see the energy going to the Jolteon, but still not that exciting of a turn. On to Justin's turn, we're going to see a Holland Transceiver. Now, it kind of stinks if he has to get out of the discard pile. I actually go through the deck and get a card. Yeah. So see a Holland Scientist there. Just want to let him draw as many cards as John has. Because you don't want to get it out of the discard pile, because that makes Bandit's attack hit for a little bit less of damage. Alright, so see Holland Scientist, discard a Castaway, and draw as many cards as John has, which I'm not really sure how many cards that John has right now. I think it's kind of freezing up here for a second. What is going on? We see a Shuppet come down, a Buffer piece come down, and it's skipping for some reason. I don't know why it's doing this. It's the first time it's ever done this. Huh. More stuff I have to look into my computer. That's great. Alright, so we see Justin moving some damage around, and he can actually retreat and do this again, because it does let it do as many times as you want to. Just trying to figure out what's the best strategy here right now. So he moves the 10 to Jolteon. And there we see the Bayonet take a knockout. So now Justin has 3 prize cards left, while John has 6. Here we see a oh my goodness, I can't remember what that card's called. It gets rid of all tools and stadiums in play. Oh my goodness. It starts, oh my, Windstorm, there we go. Oh my goodness. Oh, I was supposed to kick myself for not remembering that. Here we see a Transceiver from John. I'm not really sure which one he grabbed. He didn't really pick us up and show it. Or maybe he's going through his deck, actually, to get one. Hard to tell what's going on. Okay, so we see a Holland Adventure. Discard a Holland Pokemon. Is it Holland Adventure? I think it's called Holland Adventure. Discard a Delta Pokemon, draw 4. But here we just see a regular cards. So we see 3 there. So let's see. What does John get here? What does John do here? We see a Cast Form come down. Now the Cast Form acts as a special energy card, or double energy. That's why we see him actually attack. But you have to pick up one of the energies. That's why we see the lightning gets picked up. But it counts as, I guess, a double rainbow. That's the best way to put it. We see Justin put a Shuppet down, an energy, or Bayonet down, energy. We're going to see some damage moving from... Not looking good for John, that's for sure. So he puts one of the Trapinch. Now Justin only has 3 prizes left, so that's a Jolteon EX. Justin can knock that out with a Bayonet. Here we see Justin retreating, send up the new Bayonet. Okay, send up that Bayonet, sorry. Put another damage counter on the Trapinch. And we see Bayonet take 2 prizes. This game's going down here quickly. Justin only has 1 prize card left. What can John do here? I don't think there's anything really he can do. He's had really bad draws. Yeah, lightning energy go down. Doesn't matter is the question. Johnny's like a rare candy Flygon and some other shenanigans, but I don't think he has that right now. He would already drop that. Sorry that it's freezing. I don't know why it's doing this. Alright, here we see a Copycat. Shuffle your hand into your deck. Draw as many cards as your opponent has. I'm not really sure how many cards Justin has, but I think it's a lot. Alright. I don't know why it's doing this right now. Alright, so we see John doesn't have the rare candy, Trapinch. He doesn't really have anything. So we see Justin actually take this in the best 2 out of 3. Bayonet does beat the Flygon, but the Flygon player didn't really set up out of the 2 games. And yeah, but still it's interesting to watch. If you haven't seen the other videos, I'll link those down below to round 1 and 2. Thanks for watching once again. Have a great day. Alrighty, bye.